Good day and welcome to our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. I am Michael Gobadia. Here are our top stories. Umahi says Tinubu concrete roads will last a century. Oborowori charges APC members on digital registration drive. Nigerian Foreign Reserve hit 5-year high, according to the CBN. And judge freezes Trump 10,000 shutdown layoffs. And on sports, Cristiano Ronaldo closing in on 1,000 career goals. Now to the news in full. The Minister of Work, Senator Dave Umahi, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is determined to end Nigerian cycle of failed roads by adopting concrete pavement technology that could last up to 100 years. Speaking with journalists in Abeokuta, the minister expressed satisfaction with the quality of work and the project, describing them as models for Nigerian new road standard. He recalled that concrete roads built in his home state in the 1950s still stands firm today, unlike most asphalt roads that fail within decades. Umahi also condemned Nigerians who dump refuge on highway, saying the act reflects a lack of patriotism and damages national infrastructure. He reaffirmed that under President Tinubu, the Ministry of Work is focused on building roads that would outlive generation. Umahi made these known while inspecting the ongoing reconstruction of the Shagamu-Ijebu-Ode Benin Expressway and the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway section from Shagamu interchange to Ojo-Ibadan. He said the new approach marks a shift from asphalt to concrete to ensure long-term durability and value for taxpayers. From Shagamu, Ogun State, the federal government says the era of short-lived asphalt road is over as Nigeria drives into a new age of concrete-built highway designed to stand the test of time. Nigeria has emerged as sub-Saharan African leading nation in higher education ranking, with 24 universities making the 2026 Times Higher Education World University Ranking. The Times Higher Education Sub-Saharan African Insight 2026 report, released Thursday on THE's website, shows a record of 55 universities from 14 countries now ranked globally, up from just 10 less than a decade ago, while South Africa still leads in performance with 4 universities among the world top 500. Nigeria made the major strides with the University of Ibadan and the University of Lagos entering the global top 1,000 for the very first time. Ghana University of Cape Coast and Uganda's Makerere University also appeared in the same range, reflecting steady progress across the region. Other notable mentions include Ghana 4-ranked institution, Botswana 2, and the debut of Senegal's University, Kirk Anto de Dakar, signaling a breakthrough for Francophone Africa. This places Nigerians ahead of South Africa, which has 13 universities on the list, making a new milestone in the country's academic growth and visibility on the global stage. With 24 institutions now globally recognized, education experts says Nigerian growing representation highlights renewed investment and competitiveness in tertiary education across the continent. Governor Sheriff Oborowori of Delta State will commission the Niger Delta Development Commission Model State Office Complex in Warri. The new edifice, described as a major boost to NDDC's operation in Delta State, is expected to enhance service delivery and accelerate development across Niger Delta communities. The project marks a key milestone and the state drive to strengthen infrastructure and promote sustainability growth in the region. Let's get some visual about that very report. Still in Delta, the All Progressive Congress APC has intensified the national digital membership registration drive with a call for commitment and unity from party members in the South-South zone. Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowori, gave the charge at the APC Train the Trainer workshop on e-registration for the South-South, held at the Unity Hall Government House in Asaba. Government House correspondent Miriam Nwuke, reports that the governor described the digital registration as a milestone reform aimed at modernizing the party structure for greater accountability and also inclusion. Governor Sharif also explained that the exercise will validate existing records by linking members' data with their national identification number while expanding the register to accommodate new members. They are sure that the All Progressives Congress remains the most formidable political force in the South-South and urge delegates from Edo, Bayelsa, Rivers, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom to take the training seriously and replicate its effectiveness in their respective states. The South-South Deputy National Chairman of the APC, Chief Ima Nwokwe, commended Governor Sharif's leadership, describing his achievement as a model of visionary governance. He conveyed the goodwill of the party's national chairman, Professor Natewa Yawata, who applauded Delta's pace-setting approach to digital membership rollout. The event drew top APC leaders, zonal coordinators, and stakeholders from across the South-South who pledged to replicate the training and ensure smooth implementation of digital membership registration in their states. The crisis rocking the Labour Party has taken a new twist as the Interim National Committee, INC, has accused suspected loyalists of the ruling All Progressives Congress of infiltrating and hijacking a structure. The memo dated October 9th and titled Pre-Registration Memo was addressed to the Labour Party National Executive Council and Board of Trustees. Akeni lamented that over a year after the INC was inaugurated in Umahi with a 90-day mandate, no progress had been made in conducting ward, local government, or state congresses. He said he had been forced to relocate from Edo State to Abuja to perform his duties without financial support, receiving only 10,000 naira tokens since August. The party official described the situation as disturbing and warned that the credibility of the Labour Party was on the line ahead of the 2027 general elections. Party insiders told reporters that the letter had deepened internal divisions, with some members calling for the immediate reconstitution of the interim working committee. Interim National Publicity Secretary Tony Akeni, in a leaked memo, claimed that the APC mold within the party influenced key decisions, including the refusal to fund the publicity directorate, a situation he said has crippled communication and delayed party's long-term overdue congresses and national convention. With less than 2 years to the 2027 polls, the Labour Party's internal waggling continues to raise questions about its readiness to challenge the ruling APC at the national level. Away from that, the Independent National Electoral Commission has come under fire after demanding over 1.5 billion naira from a law firm seeking copies of Nigerian National Voter Registrar and polling units under the Freedom of Information Act. The principal counsel, Vincent Otapuku, confirmed receiving the letter describing the fee as outrageous and legally wrong. In a correspondence signed by INEC Secretary Rose Ororan Anthony, the Commission said that the payment must be made via remitter before releasing the certified copies. The lawyer had requested the documents on October 8th under the Freedom of Information Act, seeking transparency under the National Voter Registration and Polling Unit across Nigeria's 774 local government areas. When consulted by the cable, INEC did not deny the letter's authenticity, saying only that a statement will be issued soon. The Commission in the letter dated October 13 approved the request by VC Otakuto and Associates, but directed that the firm to pay 1.5 billion naira as cost of production before processing. The development has sparked debate over access to public information, transparency, election data management, and whether such a fee undermining citizens' right to information guaranteed by law. Let's go on a break now, but when we come back, we'll still have more news across Nigeria, as well as foreign business and sport news. Join us again.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. The Central Bank of Nigeria says the country's foreign reserve has surged to a 5-year high of $43.4 billion United States dollar. despite recent effort to clear foreign exchange backlogs. Abdullahi told participants that as of October 10th, Nigerian Reserve could now cover 11 months of imports, signaling renewed investors' confidence and macroeconomic stability. He also noted that the exchange rate gap between the official and parallel market has narrowed to less than 3%, down from over 50% in 2022. The CBN says the steady rise in reserve reflects reforms under the current administration aimed at boosting liquidity, improving transparency, and strengthening the naira. CBN Deputy Governor for Economic Policy Mohammed Abdullahi disclosed these in the Nigerian Investors Forum in Washington, D.C., held on the sideline of the IMF World Bank annual meeting. With reserve now at their strongest level since 2019, the central bank maintains that Nigeria's economy is on a path towards sustained recovery and investor confidence. Still talking business, oil-producing host communities in the Niger Delta has pledged to safeguard the 3% Host Community Development Fund under the Petroleum Industry Act, accusing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the fund, or rather assuring President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the fund will be managed transparently and used strictly for development purposes. In a statement issued on Monday, the group commended President Tinubu for sustaining, or rather, his commitment to oil-producing areas, adding that the CDC is partnering with the EFCC and the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission to track disbursement and ensure funds are used only for contractual obligations. Amaboko Kereme disclosed or revealed that community needs assessment have been completed, paving the way for the commencement of over 500 projects across the region. He urged members of the host community to take ownership of their development and resist political influence. Meanwhile, the NUPRC confirmed that the Host Community Development Trust Fund has grown to over 373 billion naira, with contributions from oil firms and over 536 ongoing projects nationwide. The chairman of the Community Development Committee of Niger Delta Oil and Gas Producing Area, Joseph Darimo, said merchants are already in place, or machineries are already in place to ensure accountability and prevent misuse. He also warned against any attempt by state government to hijack control of the fund. The HostCom Fund, established under Section 235 of the Petroleum Industry Act, is designed to foster peace, build infrastructure, and drive sustainable growth in Nigerian oil-bearing communities. To the foreign scene, in the United States, a federal judge has temporarily blocked President Donald Trump's plan to lay off more than 10,000 federal workers amid ongoing government shutdown. District Judge Susan Liston issued a restraining order in San Francisco after a union filed suit calling the mass termination unlawful and unprecedented. Court documents revealed that more than 4,000 federal workers had already been dismissed last week, mostly from the Treasury, Education, and Housing departments. The judge cited concern for workers, including pregnant employees, who fear losing health coverage, noting that many could not even access their termination notice due to shutdown. Trump budget chief Ross Vought confirmed that more layoffs were planned, saying the administration aimed to be aggressive in shuttling the bureaucracy. Meanwhile, the Senate failed for the ninth time to pass the Republican-led funding bill, deepening the crisis that paralyzed Washington and left thousands in financial uncertainty. The ruling comes as the shutdown enters its third week, with Congress still deadlocked over spending, leaving 1.4 million employees either unpaid or on forced leave. For now, the layoffs are on hold, but with political gridlock showing no sign of easing, American federal workforce remains caught in the crossfire of a shutdown with no clear end in sight. Still on the foreign scene, Iran has officially approved plans to slash 4 zeros from its national currency, the rial, and a bid to rein in runaway inflation that have battered the economy for years. Under the new plan, the Central Bank of Iran will oversee a 5-year transition, 2 years for preparation and 3 years for implementation. During that period, both the old rial and the new introduced Toma will circulate simultaneously. Lawmakers voted 144 in favor and 108 against, with 3 essential, a reflection of deep division within the government. Analysts say the reform aimed to restore public confidence after years of currency free fall and inflation that has seen the real lost more than 90% of its value since 2018. But critics insist the redenomination won't curb inflation, as long as sanctions remain in place and oil revenue still limited. The move, endorsed by Parliament last week, comes amid creeping US and EU sanctions and renewed tension following Israeli and American strike on Iran nuclear facility. Economists, however, warn the decision is likely symbolic and won't address the root causes of Iran's economic troubles. For millions of Iranis, the currency overhaul may offer psychological relief, but with sanctions tightening and prices still rising, the real value of their money remains painfully low. Talking sports, Portugal and Al Nassr superstar Cristiano Ronaldo is closing in on an unprecedented milestone with a 1,000-goal career. Ronaldo, already football all-time top scorer and World Cup qualifier, continued to defy age and expectations now in his fourth season with the Saudi side. He has netted 104 goals in 117 appearances, maintaining an extraordinary consistency that had defined his career. The five-time Ballon d'Or winner has averaged more than 50 goals per year since 2010, peaking at 69 in 2013. Analysts projected that his current rate, Ronaldo could hit the 1,000 goal mark by October 2026, just months before the next FIFA World Cup. The 40-year-old forward hit a brace against Hungary in a World Cup qualifier, taking his total tally to 948 goals, 805 at club level and 143 for Portugal. According to reports from Lisbon to Madrid, Manchester, Turin, and Riyadh, Cristiano Ronaldo's remarkable goal-scoring journey shows no sign of slowing down. Still talking sport, Argentina are through to the final of the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup after a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Colombia in Santiago. It was a tense affair at the Estadio Nacional de Santiago when Cristiano did the damage with a dazzling run on the right before setting in Silviti to slot home the winner. Colombia hope faded after a late red card as Argentina held on to seal the win. Meanwhile, in Valparaiso, Morocco Atlas Club made history, defeating France 6-5 on penalties after a dramatic 1-1 draw. They now become the only third African nation after Ghana and Nigeria to reach the Under-20 World Cup final. France and Colombia will battle for the third place on Saturday before the grand finale on Monday, October the 20th. Matteo Civelti's 74th minute strike made the difference as the Albicelestes booked a second eight final appearance, setting up a mouth-watering showdown with Morocco, who stunned France on penalties to reach their first ever final. So it's Argentina vs Morocco, a clash of pedigree and history, youth and passion, as the 2025 Under-20 World Cup wraps up in San Diego. And that very news also wrap up the very news on Atlantic TV. We'll always employ you. Remember to drop on our social media platform. I will be more than happy to take them. I remain Michael Gobadia. Bye for now.